All right, the big news today, I think, is in Italy. Now he's dropped. I hope he can survive now. He's the fourth richest man in the world.
Who is?
Jeff Bezos. He was second.
Oh, who's first?
Elon Musk. Then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that's what we know. I feel like they always say there's richer people in other countries.
It's all, they don't know for a fact. I mean, it's just.
Right.
But.
Who's above him?
It's Elon Musk. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the TomCast, the Tominator, Tom Cherichello. It's Friday, June 27th, 2025. The lovely Mollinator is back with us. Hi, Molly.
Hi, Tominator.
After an extended absence.
I know. I ran into Tom a couple, last weekend. He said, introduced me as an ex-Tominator co-host. I said, I didn't realize I got fired. What the hell?
There are a lot of ex-co-hosts out there.
I had to get reinstated and claim my title.
Women who want to renegotiate their contracts.
Right?
Big Joe is here.
Yeah. How you doing, Thomas?
We had a big birthday party for Joe and Bethany. Last Saturday at Siesta Key.
It was
Molly,
a party.
What do you think of the party?
I'm just winding down from the hangover.
But I have a bone to pick. I asked for one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Grey Goose. And you know what happened when I walked up to the bar?
There was no Grey Goose.
She goes, we don't have that. That's the one thing we don't have. I said, really? That's crazy because I put in one
I know.
request.
I meant to get it because Mike Fay, the attorney who comes on the show, he wanted Grey Goose too. And I had to suck it up and drink Tito's.
I know, I had to do that too. And I wasn't drinking them quick enough, and then it was hot, so I was totally wasting your alcohol because I was getting a new drink. Oh my God, you guys. I'm killing these fuckers like no other.
What is that, mosquitoes?
Little stupid gnats.
All right. Oh,
So
yeah.
if you hear little claps and the sound effects, don't worry.
So the party was fun. It was good to, we work really hard, and all of us work really hard, so, to take a day of fun. A day of recovery.
We really let into that fun, too.
So we'll do it again at Christmas holiday party.
Ooh.
I know, I'm excited. I already have my outfit.
All right.
I do. It's really cute.
Do you buy Christmas presents in July if you see something you like?
If I see something I like, yeah, because I think you get better deals because everything goes up around Christmas time because they know.
I gotta get the Bells to get some more sneakers. Gotta get 20% off.
Shout out to
Right?
Bells.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, and a girlfriend of mine came down to visit me from Jersey. I thought it was Beals.
Because it's spelled
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
I
Bells.
don't.
That's a
That's
Bell.
a great take. I don't mind that. That's facts.
All right, so moving on. NBA championship. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the NBA champs. Did you guys watch the last game?
I did watch it actually.
No, I didn't. I didn't see any of it because I was sleep. I kind of slept Sunday away.
Oh.
I was hurt.
It was
your
a
big
close
day?
game. Then the Pacers' best player, Tyrese Halliburton, he tore his Achilles tendon.
That was quite the watch too.
Yeah.
They did it. They replayed
So he
it.
started out in the game and then
It was like the
it-
first 8 minutes or something.
He was
And
playing
then he
well when
tore.
it happened,
Yeah.
and he'll probably miss all of next year. That's a
You can watch it and they replayed it about 15
So
times.
at least they held on with him out, right?
We got him there.
yeah. I mean, they have nothing to be ashamed of. Indiana. I mean, it was on the road, and Oklahoma City has a really good team, and they put up a good effort. I mean, so congratulations to both teams.
Yeah.
Did you see they let his dad back in the stadium?
His dad got kicked out, let him back in.
But he was allowed back in this game.
Oklahoma City is, I guess, already favored to win again next year
Oh, really?
because they have young players, and
Yeah.
the NBA
Even
draft
without
was
the one guy?
The NBA draft was Wednesday night. They made a good pick.
I saw that.
And two of the Celtics guys are going. That Bazongas,
He got traded.
Persongas. I never say that guy's name right. And I didn't like seeing Jrue Holiday. I didn't like seeing him go.
They're really kind of overhauling the whole team. The Celtics,
Yeah, they are.
but they have a lot of draft picks.
Yeah,
So-
but they're not getting. What about the big guy? The guy the guy from
The big guy? How about the
Phoenix?
entire league?
No,
is the
no,
big
no,
guy?
no. Who's the Durant? Is Durant? There was a talk.
He got
about
traded
him.
to Houston.
Oh, I
he's
saw
going-
that
he's
too.
It already happened. Yeah, Kevin
Okay,
Durant.
so he's going to Houston.
He's a guy who tore his Achilles a few years ago and came back. He missed like a year.
I was actually hoping the Celtics. I know. I was actually hoping they got him for a couple of years.
Is it normal for them to come back after that, or is it?
I don't know if it's medical science or whatever, but like that was an injury. Like Lawrence Taylor tore his Achilles years ago in the NFL, and he did come back, but he was never the same.
Yeah.
But Durant came back great.
Yeah.
There are a few guys that have come back from that, and they're okay.
real
But it
good.
takes a year, the recovery process.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Thunder. Like I said before, it's good to see places like Oklahoma City win, or these smaller cities, because it seems so many sports. It's all New York, L.A., Chicago. Last Saturday night, the United States bombed Iran. I'm like conflicted about that, because I'm just so sick and tired of hearing about like wars and conflicts. It just seems like every day you read there's somebody attacking somebody else, one country. But on the other hand,
We get involved in everybody's business.
yeah, can't we just like stay out of it? Like even in World War II, there were a lot of people that thought we should have never entered World War II
Really?
because they're like, the Nazis were taking over all of Europe, and everyone. There were a lot of people that said there's no way they're going to take us over. What are they going to do? Come all across an ocean and attack the U.S. mainland? And they didn't have the technology we have today.
Right.
And we were forced into it because Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, and we got dragged into the war. But a lot of people felt that the U.S. should just stay out of it. It's never going to affect us anyway.
I go back and forth because I look at it. I think I asked a lot of people that I know that were previously in the military or some sort of branch, and they had all agreed that they should have not had the nuclear whatever they had in general, or they would have bombed the shit out of us. So I'm okay with it, I think. I don't want to die.
That's the other side of it, is like these countries aren't making these weapons for fun.
Right.
Sooner or later, they're going to attack somebody.
I agree, and I'd rather it not be me. The Mullinator needs to live another day. So
You
Gotta get another one.
You got a longer way to go than we do.
Yeah.
right.
We're on the back nine.
I don't know, we might be on the back.
The back three.
All right. The big news today, I think, is in Italy. Now he's dropped. I hope he can survive now. He's the fourth richest man in the world.
Who is?
Jeff Bezos. He was second.
Oh, who's first?
Elon Musk. Then,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that's what we know. I feel like they always say there's richer people in other countries.
it's all, they don't know for a fact. I mean, it's just.
Right.
But
Who's above him?
it's Elon Musk, then Larry Ellison, who Oracle, a software company.
Okay.
Larry
And then
Elias.
Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook is third.
What about Bill Gates?
He's
he up there?
in the top 10, I think.
All right.
But he's at the wedding, by the way. He's one
I
of the
saw that. Isn't that crazy?
So Jeff Bezos is marrying Lauren Sanchez today. The reception's tomorrow, but the wedding's today. Listen to in Venice, Italy. That's a controversial
They do
thing.
that? They're having a reception?
The
Yeah,
next
why are
day.
they
Yeah.
doing it like that?
I
I've
don't know.
never heard of that.
But
Must be a rich people thing.
You gotta be a billionaire.
Or a weird person thing. I don't know.
a lot of people in Italy didn't want this happening there. All these people coming into Venice.
Right.
Not Venice, Florida.
Yeah. You got to clarify.
Venice, Italy. They're not getting married down the street. But look at some of the celebrities that are at this wedding. Oprah Winfrey, Tom Brady, Bill Gates, Ivanka Trump and her husband, Jared Kushner, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mick Jagger, and I think three of the Kardashians. I think it's
Did Kendall, Kylie, and Kim.
and I think Chris is there.
Oh,
Jenner.
Chris is there too. You're right. I saw that all today.
Any guess about how much this wedding is estimated to cost?
A lot of millions.
10 million?
$50 million.
Really?
$50
I
million
feel like that.
wedding.
Obviously, that's a lot of money. But for him, what is that? Like, I'm curious what
It's Trump change.
You know what I'm saying?
If
Yeah.
you put that in perspective, like of
Like,
the average person,
That's what I want to know.
That would be like the equivalent of having a wedding for like $100.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not impressed. I think he should do more.
Hey,
Well, how much more can you
you
do?
cheap bugger.
Right. I don't know.
Or how much more can you do?
I want the freaking spaceship behind my as I kiss, and then the rocket ship goes up.
Any guess how many carats the wedding?
So this I don't know, but I'm gonna go
Molly,
with.
you do it because I already know the answer because he told
the
me.
engagement ring.
Obviously, it's double digits. I'm gonna go with 12 carats.
30.
What the fuck? You're
Does she have to
kidding.
work out to live there?
Wait, you're lying.
Is that bigger than the size of your thumb?
Wait, how does that stay on her finger?
I don't
and
know.
imagine that falling out, because I can imagine the prongs to hold that into the setting would be. Oh my, you're lying. I'm
You
looking
can
this up.
confirm that.
Her finger's got to
course,
be having muscles on it.
Everything you read on the internet is true, right?
I mean, yeah.
You can confirm that.
Yeah, the ring's almost going to be
Sanchez.
uncomfortable.
Right? I don't know if
Engagement ring.
And obviously, in her case, not a problem. Nobody's questioning that
Yeah.
thing's real. But I
Yeah.
think also in the real world, when you have too big of a ring, people automatically go to it's fake.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah.
once you get over a certain amount of carats, but obviously she's not going to have that issue because she's with Jeff Bezos. To be honest with you, it looks big on her finger, but I would have thought it would be a lot bigger.
Let me see what it looks
Okay, wait. This
Was
photo
that
is
correct?
pretty
Is
big.
it 30 carats?
I don't know. I have to look.
like. Oh, that's it.
That's big, for sure. Let me look. How many?
Am I
carats?
looking like Jeff Bezos that many people think
Let's see. No, I don't need the AI mode.
Does it say what it
It says
goes
30 carats.
Does
The
it
ring.
say what it goes for?
Oh, how much is it? That's the next question.
I would think it's certainly over $1 million.
Tom.
12 million?
5 million?
Oh, holy
Maybe
shit. Wait,
10
I think it's more than
10
that.
million?
Yeah, more. I
It's
would.
more than 10 million?
I think 30 carats. Are you two bananas?
I don't.
How much
I don't
is-
have a clue.
So Molly, how big do you want your wedding? Do you have a
Oh,
requirement?
shit, I don't know.
4
Not
cat, 5
30.
carats.
I would have said like 3 or 4. I feel like.
Do you have a minimum requirement?
Yeah, 3.
You'll reject it if it's less than that.
If it's less than 2, I'm gonna have to rethink who I'm marrying.
We'll have to put that out there, or those guys watch.
Right. Let's see. Oh shit. How much is Lauren Sanchez's ring?
Yeah, that's a.
Why doesn't it want to
You
tell
think
me?
they're going to have a price? Huh?
Well, a guesstimate, I
They'll
guess.
give a guesstimate.
Come on, AI.
I guess.
Lloyd's of London. Sotheby's. Who would insure that?
I think Bezos had it. He didn't have to. He donated like $3 million, to charities in Venice, Italy. Because there's a lot of issues in Venice because on canals.
Yeah.
And
I feel like this is a lie. It says it's 3 to 5 million, but how can a 30 carat ring, pink diamond too? That's like the rarest one you can get. There's no way.
The pink.
'Cause
the
Kim
pink
Kardashian-
the Pink Panther.
No, Kim Kardashian's ring was like $1 million or $5 million, and it was nowhere near 30 carats. These people don't know what goes on nowadays. This is nuts. Also, I don't get why
I
the
guess
people.
maybe sometimes size doesn't matter.
Oh my God, that's a little bit crazy. I mean, for her, I'm sure. Who knows what Jeff's rocking, but 30
You
carats.
never saw those that came out like I guess photos of him got hacked. Apparently
pics?
he's apparently
It's packing.
yeah.
Good for Jeff. Now we
He
know.
hit it on all counts. 200
All right,
million.
Jeff.
I've never seen him, but somebody told me that.
All right. Go ahead with your bad self, Jeff. Get in there.
He's not a tall guy. I think he's only like 5'7".
Ah,
Oh,
But
is
he's
he?
still got the.
short kings need love too, especially rich short ones. So he's all
I'll tell
good.
you that. I was thinking like the security there must be like insane.
Jeez.
It's got to be nuts.
Just for
Like,
the
there's
ring
so many
alone.
of these people like could get
Not
kidnapped.
even that,
You know how
but
many
the
people want to
protests.
cut her
if you-
finger off?
If you really wanted to make a statement, the protesters would just show up at this wedding.
Yeah.
And Italy's known for a lot of kidnappings. Like did you ever see the movie
No
All the Money in the
way.
World?
No.
Like John Paul Getty was the richest man in the world. He Getty Oil, and
She might
his
not
grandson
remember
got kidnapped.
John
You
Paul
weren't even
Getty.
alive then.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's
it-
going
I
way,
was
that's
ju-
going way back.
the early 70s. His grandson got kidnapped, and the grandfather wouldn't pay the ransom.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's-
did know this.
There was a movie made about it. So they cut off his ear, the kidnappers, and mailed in the
Mailed
ear.
it to him, and then what happened? Did he
And then,
pay it?
Then they ultimately paid.
How much?
It was the grandfather
Wasn't it
negotiated.
something not that crazy?
He negotiated it down. I think they wanted like $20 million at first, and
And this was the richest man ever?
He was the richest man
if
in the
my
world.
dad is
J-Paul
not
Daddy.
paying $20 million and he's the richest man in the world to come get me back and I got to lose an ear for my dad to then negotiate
He's no longer your
my
dad.
well-being,
There's
Yeah.
I'm coming back guns blazing and cutting my dad's off ear to fair and square it out. You know? Fuck that.
Now we're even.
Absolutely not.
pretty good movie about it
Better not let him hit you.
called All the Money in the
Shout out
World.
to my dad.
It was about maybe 10 years ago, came out. And the kidnappers called the mother, who was divorced from Getty's son.
Mm-hmm.
And as part of the divorce settlement, she got the kids but didn't get any money. Like she agreed to that, or minimal amount of money.
Whew.
So she goes, I don't have any money. And they're like, you're a Getty. How do you not have any money? She goes, when
I'm a
they called her
former
up,
one.
she goes,
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So and John Paul Getty, the grandfather of the richest man in the world, like he knew how much you could write off on your taxes, like, and how much insurance. Like he made sure. I guess he had insurance that would pay up to a certain amount. Like he wanted to make sure it didn't cost him any money.
That's mind blowing. Yeah, I'd have to have a review
But the
of
kid
my
never
family
really
after
recovered. The grandson was never right. Obviously, they're cutting off your ear, and you know it just he.
Whoa, Jesus!
that. Right?
And they had to verify that it was his ear, which they were. I guess somehow they were able to do it.
I'll tell you,
Wow.
if it came down between your pinky or ear, I'd rather have the finger cut off.
Those
Any-
kidnappers
Me
don't
Yeah.
play. Well, I guess you could. I couldn't. But you could.
Yeah, Tom's
you could
screwed.
Grow, you could grow hair over it, right?
I still like my ear. I'd rather lose a pinky or a toe. Not the big one, though,
see
because I heard that
something-
has a lot to do with
You
balance.
see what it's like nine fingers.
Oh,
not
but
funny,
you
though.
wait, do you use your pinkies when you go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so do
inter-
I. I lock them.
Interlock. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Interlock the pinky with the
By the
index.
way, you guys, I played my first round of golf the other day.
Ever?
Uh-oh.
Ever, because I've always gone to the range. So I shoot often or I play, like, a little bit. I had a par. Just saying.
Did you
Wow.
really?
I
Good
did.
for you.
I
Nice.
did. I got some videos
That's
to prove
not
it,
easy.
too.
Where'd you
That's
play
not
at?
easy to-
I played at River Club in the Lake
Oh,
Ranch
River Club.
area.
Yeah, I know
it
where
wasn't
it's at.
bad.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we played that just.
The Mullinator got a fucking par,
Do you have
people.
your own clubs?
No.
You rented?
We played that
No,
like
I used my friends.
3
My
weeks ago.
boyfriends.
We played there. Who'd you play there with? Your boyfriend?
My boyfriend
Oh,
and
yeah.
then our two friends.
Yeah. We just played that 3 weeks ago. It's not too bad price
par,
wise.
that's pretty
No,
impressive.
it was cheap. I
think
know.
We got on for $50.
It was a par three, but I still got it.
So what? Par's a par.
A par's a par, Tominator. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, did you roll it on there? Did you put it in the
No,
air?
you guys, I'm showing you. The Mullinator was on par.
Now, did you hit it on the green and then two putt, or did you?
What did I do?
Or you one putt from off the green.
No, I hit it on the green and two putted, I
Two-putt,
think.
yeah.
If I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think that's what happened.
Hey, good for you. Nice.
Right?
So you all fired up to play again?
Yeah, because I'm fucking going to the Masters because I'm so good.
Bethany's going to. I guess they're all going to the range tonight.
They're going to some kind of golf thing tomorrow. The girls in the office.
Yeah,
they're
they're going to play that
nuts.
little horse shit course, and Bethany's going to ride around.
Okay,
the beer-
this wasn't my
the
best
beer
shot,
cart.
but look. Ready? Look at my swing, Joe. It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
You never took lessons?
No, my
Yeah,
dad.
it must have taken
That's
some-
pretty good
That's
swing.
that's a damn good swing.
That
yeah.
swing got me a fucking par, boys.
Nice,
That's all I
nice.
gotta say. Right?
That's pretty
You
impressive.
go back nice.
So
and, yeah,
next time I
that's
get
a good-
invited to play golf, I'll
a lot
actually
better
come.
than my swing.
Really?
So we'll invite you next time we have
All
a golf outing.
I've been doing the same
Sounds
wrong.
good. Your golf outing.
I've been doing the same wrong swing for 35 years.
have I.
and I'm
I'll literally
changing
wear my
now.
Tominator polo.
There's no turning back now. Like I can't change my swing. If 20
Oh,
no,
yeah.
couldn't correct it.
I'm not good.
No, my dad and I would just hit at the range.
Where the hell am I going? I'm on a back nine. I live another 15 years. I'm not taking any lessons. I'm
You see these heat waves across the country? Like it's hotter and like it was 100.
Minnesota was 102.
It was
right?
100 degrees in Boston on
Favors.
Monday.
Yeah.
I sweat in my car with the AC all the
And
way
it's
up.
cooler
you guys.
here
It's
than it is
so
in-
hot. I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine.
New York was over 100. Minnesota was over 100. Like it's, I don't know. So maybe that's more the reason to stay here all year long. It's hotter in the north.
Sometimes it's like that.
So I guess the other big news other than Jeff Bezos' wedding is the P. Diddy trial.
Yeah, I am so in the dark with this. I've not been updated. Please tell me.
You got to just catch little excerpts on it, though. They're real because it's not. You're not privy to the whole
Right.
trial, and a lot of times they're just talking about, well, what do you think?
The thing that I saw too is everybody's like, he's going to go to jail forever. He's going to go to jail forever. They have a lot of people that are coming up and telling stories, but how can you prove these stories are even true? I'm not
right.
doubting that they're not true. God, that those women, I feel
I'm-
awful.
I
but you
believe-
can't. I could go up
believe
there.
He's not going to get any more
Yeah,
than
that's what
3
my
years.
dad said. I could go up there and I've never met him and say a story.
I think if he
and
gets 3, I think if they get him for 3 years, actually they're doing
then
well.
they could really.
I-
Yeah, because
I
I've
don't
not
even-
seen
I'm not so
real
sure they're gonna
evidence
get
of
him-
anything.
right.
You know.
But think about it. You can talk about this better than Joe and I. I mean, your young woman is like, where this woman knew him for one woman, the star witness knew him for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, they dated for 10 years on and off. And how could he be sex trafficking her?
I know. I've read over that part. I do get it in a sense where people don't want to leave because they feel scared, or they're like, there's nothing better for me out there, or you get into the habit of just being with somebody and you kind of become mentally ill in a way in your brain that you
but
think
when you
it's
think of
normal.
the word sex trafficking per se, the word for sex trafficking, I think of the movies like Taken with Liam Neeson,
Right.
And when they've got a whole list of maybe young girl, like you're transporting them in a cargo truck. Or
I have
something.
no
I
doubt
don't
he
doubt it.
controlled
That's how
her.
I-
I
That's
have
what
no
I'm
doubt
saying.
he controlled
That's
his
exactly how I
girlfriends.
think of sex trafficking.
He had the power,
Right.
but that's not like it. I'm not defending
Yeah.
his actions by any means.
And
There's
they
so
say the
many
RICO
things out
Act, they
there,
don't
who
think they got him
knows?
on that. So what the hell they got him on?
Well, the thing that I saw was that didn't do her many favors, but there was multiple texts of her being like, what they called them freak offs, that she
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, when's the next one? All this stuff, which
Yeah.
didn't help
Yeah.
her. So I don't really know.
And now that
It seems like there's too much consent between both.
now he's also
Right.
charged with like interstate travel for sex, like so. Because their argument the state's making is so they say they're going to have a freak off in Vegas. They would fly in prostitutes, whether male or female.
Now maybe they'll get him on something like that, but I think
But
that's
they
the only
can't
thing.
prove why they prove that they had a thing in Vegas. Let's just say, and the state proved that they flew in prostitutes from around the country. But
Okay.
they can't prove they could have just been hanging out with these people. Like it's
Right.
like if I have a party in Vegas and fly people in,
Right.
that doesn't mean it's prostitution.
Yeah.
Per the
So I don't know.
definition, I think they've done a crappy job of trying to
I
put him
agree.
away. I
Well,
mean,
that's what-
I think they've actually done a horrible job. I don't think it's crappy.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be shocked what the outcome is, and
Everybody thinks he's going to jail for a long time, but I'm with Joe. I don't think he goes for very long. They
think
don't
he's a-
have much on him.
I think he's a bad guy, but
Right, I agree. There's no
does-
doubt.
does he
The
get
guy's a
does
fucking
he get
weirdo.
3 years out in 18 months and a day or something like that? you
Right.
know?
I think he walks. Like I think he does
He
a
may
day.
walk.
God forbid, what if he gets like 40 hours of community service? The world would literally go crazy.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Based on, I don't think they get
Well,
crap on him.
so the defense,
By
the prosecution
definition.
went on for weeks. They called no witnesses. Like the defense called no witnesses.
Yeah.
So now they're in what they call closing arguments, and
So
basically,
it's almost over?
yeah, this
Yeah.
case will be
Oh,
over.
yeah,
Ne-
yeah.
The jury will be out like next week.
And a lot of people are thinking along the same lines we are. We're not
Right.
saying anything different than these, and they've followed it much more intently.
It's going to be
much
interesting
more
how long
intently
the
than we
jury's
have.
out. Like I think the jury might come back in like a day and say, "Hey, you just don't got anything."
Right. Oh, speaking of jury, the Mollinator has big news. She was summoned for the first time for jury
You
duty.
get jury duty.
For jury duty.
I've never had it on 66.
Shut up. I was like, oh my, I saw
But
it.
for
It comes
years,
in
I
an
never
envelope.
would.
It's no secret. It
Yeah.
says jury duty right on the front. I'm like, well, shit, the mailman knows that I'm going to jury duty because it's right there on the freaking envelope.
When do you have to go?
July 21st. I'll have to come on and tell you how it goes.
Well,
What if
you're
I
not
get
supposed
like
to
a
talk about it.
Oh,
You get a big case. Yeah,
well, I'm not telling you the case. I can tell you I'm summoned, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No,
What
you
if
can
I
say
get like
that.
a Casey Anthony trial
But like,
or something?
say, if you go home at night, you're not allowed to talk about what happened.
Yeah.
In that.
You can't tell your boyfriend or nothing.
All right. Well, shit.
I remember my dad was on
Maybe I
jury.
should just start off with, hey, I'm really bad at keeping secrets, and then they won't call me in. I'll be like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
There you
you
go.
want
You
to
wanna
be on
get-
jury, though, right?
I mean, it'd be nice to
some
do
people
it
try
once.
to get out of it.
A lot of people do, but like, why do I care? What do they do? Like,
I would love to be on a
To
jury,
me,
I
I
would say
think
one.
as long as you're getting your pay, If for some reason, because sometimes
No,
they
I
don't
get
pay.
jury duty hours from my work,
Yeah, okay.
so
all right.
I'll still get paid.
Okay, you'll get your full pay plus your
So
$15 jury duty
I
pay or
am
whatever.
writing for this jury duty.
I wonder if they'll use
You better make sure-
because you deal with lawyers for work.
Right, so if
They
it's like
might
a
ask
car
you that.
accident or something, I'm sure I won't be eligible.
Yeah.
I think I'll be.
I've had one where
Yeah, you gotta.
I would be kicked out.
I had
Yeah.
one, or they're going to ask like. They'll ask you if you know anyone in the room, and like you might
I
know the
probably
lawyer.
yeah, right. Oh, I know a lot of lawyers. You guys, shit. I wanted to do this.
I had one where the girl knew me, one of the jurors.
You
and,
told, yeah.
like, but the judge says, "How do you know him?" And she goes, "He comes into the restaurant where I work." So the judge said, "No problem."
Oh.
Like,
wasn't
she
a
didn't
conflict of
She
interest?
didn't get on anyway, but because we didn't get to her. Oh. But he didn't kick her off for that.
Oh, was she like at
Because
Hooters?
it wasn't like
Because if she was at Hooters, he had no idea
What's
what
the
was
case?
going on. My
Hey, will you have a
God.
problem with that?
Were you on stand? Oh, you were on stand.
No. Yeah, so stay tuned.
Oh,
You could
God.
see me. What if I get like a televised
They're
trial?
going to have you fill out like jury forms, like telling because they give it to
Murder
like
case.
you know like
Are there murders in Sarasota?
You might be doing one in Alabama or something.
do you live in Sarasota County or
Yeah,
All right,
technically.
I didn't know
Because
so that's
Lakewood
where
Ranch is split up like there's two sides. And
Yeah.
if you live on the one side, you're Sarasota, technically.
so that's where you're going to go right here.
Yeah.
Who knows? You may get one of my cases.
I know. I'll be like, I don't know him. Let me in. Even if you're wrong, I'll say, I'm with the
I
Tominator.
can't even talk to him.
What do you mean wrong?
What do you mean you don't know what's going on?
Right.
How am I doing? I can't tell you.
But I was on once when I was in college, and I never gotten called since.
I'm surprised you didn't try to get out of it. College is an easy one, they say. If
No,
you get
because
summoned in college,
I
you
had
just
a
say you're.
part-time job and they paid me. And like,
Oh.
and
You told me
we
this.
did one day, and the second day ended like first thing in the morning. So I didn't call in and say, "Oh, I'll come back to work." I just
Right.
See, this is sad. I never want to vote. I never want to go on. I never want to do it. So
Really?
I had no desire to get on. So for years, I never even voted.
But what
I
if my
said,
jury's
I
not
had no
final?
desire to vote, so I couldn't get picked.
I don't know. Do they do
And-
it by
and to
your
the-
driver's license or voting registration? I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't know.
both. But I'm surprised since I've been down here. I've been a registered voter now 16 years.
And
I
you
haven't
never voted?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I voted since I got down
No,
here.
Joe and I voted together.
Yeah, out down here I have, but I'm surprised I never got picked for jury duty.
Right.
Now, prior to that, when I lived in Mass or Rhode Island, I never was a registered voter.
There you go.
Never ever.
I
was
don't
too
like that
busy.
that's public knowledge.
Too busy running a highlight.
Like if you are registered under a certain party, that people can look that up
They can
online.
look that up,
I don't
yeah.
like that. Why is that a thing?
Yeah, I agree.
People don't need to know my shit.
Why do they need to know that? That's a good point.
My thing is not that I want to be, but God forbid. Just,
I like
we
that,
get that Spotify contract. We're on Spotify for the Tominator podcast, and people are looking up what I am and then having something to say. That's just not fair.
That is a good point.
Yeah,
Who's this chick on it?
right.
I liked it a lot. Like Florida's real open, like public records and stuff, and like even what politicians do. But that's a good point. Like, why should people be able to look up
Yeah, why
what
is that
your
fair?
political affiliation is?
I almost got him.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. We got a little. We have to get a.
They're popping out of that wall.
Have you ever seen those things that are like little tennis rackets and they zap them and you smack
yeah,
them
yeah.
and it makes a little. Yeah, I like those.
So in the P. Diddy case, they're in what they call closing arguments, like where each attorney will get to address the jury, and then it goes the prosecution, then Diddy's attorneys, I think, are on now, and then the prosecution will get a chance to rebut. So this will probably go to the jury, I would think, if probably Monday. And how long the jury's out, it could be weeks, or it could be one. It could be. I mean, I've had cases where the jury was back in like 20 minutes. You know,
Well, shit, if you guys get me on jury duty, I'll be quick. I'll get your results fast. I'm convincing.
will you be like to take control of the jury, like the four-person?
Tominator, what kind of question is that? You know I'm the president of my jury.
I'm gonna predict.
If I get
I'm gonna
on.
predict the finals of Wimbledon will be over by the time before. I mean, Diddy's trial will be over before the finals of Wimbledon.
Well, I wonder, like the case like this. I mean, say you get a case where it takes like 6 weeks. I mean, can you? How can you just going to take 6 weeks off of work?
Right, that's my thought too. My thing is, finding this jury's got to be pretty difficult. Is it a lot of men on the jury? Because I feel like it'd be really hard to have women on his jury because I think they would have so much sympathy for the girls.
Biasness.
Yeah, right.
I didn't read the breakdown of it. I do know, like,
There's a mix.
well, one juror was sick, and I think the juror was black, and they didn't want to.
Yeah,
they didn't want to change the racial divide of the jury.
I have no idea what the ratio of men or women.
I'm going to look it up.
That's a good point. I mean, like, you would think that if I'm Diddy's lawyers, I would want more men.
Yeah.
Right. With 8 men and 4 women. A diverse group of terms of age and profession ranging from 30 to 74 years old.
8 men and 4 women.
They got to do some
Now, they have
screening.
something called a hung jury. It's like, if they can't, it has to be unanimous. So, like, if they can't reach a unanimous decision,
Right.
then the case would be what's called, the judge could potentially declare what's called a mistrial. That doesn't mean he gets off. It just means the state will have to decide they want to do it all over again or they want to just forget it.
I feel like it can't be that easy to get that many people to agree on something unless you really,
Well, if I'm
put your
Diddy,
case
if I'm
out
Diddy,
there.
I just want one on my side and I get the mistrial.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause
So
he
the odds
has to
are
go to
really
jail.
more in his favor, I think.
That's an interesting bet.
Imagine being the
I almost
one
think,
asshole.
I almost think it's 33% guilty, 33% not guilty, and 33% mistrial.
Imagine being the one person that's like, no.
Well, if they can't agree, it's a mistrial. So even if it's 11-1,
Yeah.
What if he secretly pays one of these people?
well, that does happen. I'm not saying he did, but it does have. It's been known
Have
to
you,
happen.
have you read into this thing that he would
There-
absolutely
there
do
was,
that?
There was
You
a
ever
movie.
see, what was the movie that
There was a
happened?
movie with Susan Sarandon, I thought, with a mob paid her.
Yeah.
Listen, I got morals, but if Diddy wrote me a fat check, it definitely, I'd be like,
Yeah,
damn.
maybe no check, it'd be cash.
Yeah, well, cash, whatever, duffel bags, it'd be a hard no. It would be a no at the end of the day because I'm a morally
Well, you
right
see, the security
person.
guard
But
took 100,000. They divided up, like to not show the video of him beating up his girlfriend.
yeah,
So,
he kicked the shit out of her.
I mean, the security guard. I think they divided up. All the security guards split the 100,000.
Yeah.
I guess I don't condone that, but I kind of a security guard making. What are you making? $20 an hour.
That's what I'm saying.
and you're taking that 100,000.
Well, you don't know. What if somebody's kid has cancer or somebody is going through a lot or their home got wrecked in the hurricane? You definitely would
There have
probably
been a lot of really
look
good,
at it.
a lot of really
Yeah.
good movies about juries, and like one of them was with Alec Baldwin and Demi Moore,
Oh, yeah.
and he and then one was with Gene Hackman.
Oh, Gene Hackman,
and,
yeah.
and Runaway Jury. I
Oh,
think it was
yeah,
called.
yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah, that was good, that movie.
Disclaimer, Diddy, I would tell you no to your money. Just gonna throw that out there. I would not take Diddy's
What the
money.
hell was the name of the movie with Hackman in it?
I think it was called Runaway Jury.
Runaway, yeah.
And there's one scene where he's like, no one's going to take my jury. This is mine.
Yeah.
Hackman was really good in that. Like he was, I shared on one episode, I was involved in not as an attorney. It was one of my own personal cases where we hired a jury consultant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do it because they cost a lot of money.
What
Like,
is that?
they go in there and they look at the jurors.
Oh, they look
and
them over,
tell the
decide who to get rid
look,
of.
You don't want Mild on your case, or you do.
Oh, wait, because don't you get to kick people off?
Yeah, you have what they call challenges.
With 3?
You get you get challenges for cause or unlimited, and you get what they call peremptory challenges, which you can kick someone off for almost any reason.
Got it. And how many of those do you get?
Usually 3.
That's what I thought. See, Tominator knows her stuff.
And those though, you can't kick someone off for race. There was a famous Supreme Court case, like
That seems right.
yeah, because it used to happen like where
bet, yeah.
like you have a black person on trial in the South, like 50 years ago,
Right, no doubt.
and all white jury. It was but but this jury consultant was like amazing. Like I didn't want to hire her. Like and we would like on the breaks and stuff, and like or she'd pass notes and like you got to get. And then there was one like good looking girl in the jury, and she's like in the break she said Tom could date juror number 7. I said, really?
How do they? What do they read these people? And like
Sign me up. I'll be a jury consultant, and I'm a good
How
judge.
would I know? How would I know if you're
No,
right or wrong?
But she was like spot on.
Yeah.
She even said to us, she goes, there's only one juror, like, she gave us all kinds of like information that, like I said, I would have never dreamed I could have dated juror number 7. And jurors like, oh yeah, you can. and then she said, the worst is one. You at most only one juror might be against you guys. Like she, it turned out we didn't need her. We won the case.
Oh.
But she was really. I was like amazed. I never had to use one in one of my as an attorney.
What does she go
but
for?
I would. I forgot. This was like a long time ago. It was a lot of money though. And
like over $1,000?
oh yeah, it was a lot more than that. And like, I know like some of the big cases, they, if you're suing for millions of dollars, you might hire one
Right.
to help you with the jury selection.
I would.
But I wonder if I think Diddy had 2
Of
jury
the jury
consultants.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah. I mean, he'd fight for his life.
What do you think he tells his kids? Those kids are in there all the time. If that was my dad, I'd look at him and say, "You nasty! Like, what are you doing?"
You sick.
I think
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disparage his kids, but I think they're just going where the money is.
I'm sure, but at the same time,
Like,
do you
they
think
know.
he's like, "Hey, they're making all this up. This is a lie," or do you think he's just like, "Hey,
I mean, they see the video. I mean,
1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's a lot. That's a pool of baby oil. That's a gross amount.
I didn't know about that.
1,000 bottles of baby
it's,
oil.
so baby oil. What? Okay, it's not a crime. It's not like he's got like.
What do you think he was doing? Moisturizing his skin with this baby oil? Are you kidding me? Really, Tom? You would get kicked off the jury. If I was a jury analysis or whatever you just said, I'd say that guy has got the wrong. Yeah, he's out. He's not on the jury.
I'd be a good juror. But they would never let me on.
Sounds like
She's drinking it.
right? My God, maybe he knows something.
He's
we don't
drinking
know.
baby oil.
That's cool. I think I'll have to. If Molly gets on jury, I'm going to go there.
You have to go.
I'm going to
But
watch
if
the
it's your
case.
case, I'm gonna be pissed because I know I'm gonna get kicked off quick.
I don't do like.
You get a conflict of
I don't
interest.
do
She's going to
criminal
make money on
cases,
this.
I
But they're
know.
going to have you fill out like
But
a
I
jury
know a couple
questionnaire.
criminal attorneys too. I'd have to get kicked off.
Nailed them. Boom.
I got a couple too. I'm like 3 for 3 over here.
So
I haven't gotten any yet.
I wonder. Getting back to Jeff Bezos, I'm assuming there's a prenup.
I mean,
And
he
he's out
got
of here.
screwed over once. I don't think he's gonna get screwed
would
over a
think-
Plus,
second
I'm like,
time.
you know how much he paid the ex-wife? Now she was with him
$30
when he
billion,
started. I was like
right?
47 or something.
47 million.
She had like almost $50 billion.
That's just a
That's
kick
why
in a
he's number
kick in a
4 in the
bucket.
world instead of number 2.
Yeah. Well, somebody posted a photo of him and the new wife and said, the luckiest person's not pictured in this photo. It's Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. And it was them. And I was like, no, I don't blame her. She's like the 17th richest woman in the world because of him.
She's been giving the money away like crazy. Like she's been giving away more money like charity than anyone.
Well, good for her.
Like
What a good person.
Like billions. Yeah, I think it's great.
Good for her.
I was like, if I had her
But
money, I'd be.
isn't that a tax write-off, though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it is, but that's
Billions
great,
is a
though.
lot. I'll give it to her. Good for her.
You ever heard that they have this thing called the Giving Pledge? Warren Buffett started it.
Yeah.
Like where rich people sign it that they're going to give away their money, or like a certain amount of it when they die, and like I mean, there's people that have signed it are giving away tremendous amounts of money.
I'm just a shopper that as much as I would love to help, I'd have to shop away. And then until I got tired of it, which I don't know is possible because I've been doing it for a good 24 years now and it's not slowed down. So I don't know.
I was reading, I told this to Joe, they said if everyone in the U.S., if everyone's money was all pooled and then handed back out equally, guess how much everyone would get?
How much?
It's like, take a guess?
Yeah.
So if everyone...
If everybody put it in a
Go
pot
ahead,
in
go
front
ahead,
of
because
us
I know the answer to this too.
and I got my cut back,
Yeah.
are we talking like a good chunk or
it's surprising. Like
Oh, it
would
is.
I get
It
like
is very. It's up there.
a couple million?
no, I think it was like 500,000.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't agree. I don't ever want to do that. I want to work for my shit, and I don't want somebody to.
Oh, you don't want to share. I don't want to do that either.
No, if I'm like, so, you know what? If somebody's richer than me, they worked harder and wanted it more. So.
Some people are just lucky.
Well, that too, but some people like
it's
to
a combination.
complain.
I've been around rich people. Like I think it's almost all of them worked hard, and none of them were dumb, but there is an element of luck too.
Well, no doubt. But I'm saying there are a lot of people that don't want to work and will bitch and say,
They want it.
yeah.
They want it for free.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Do you know how Jeff Bezos and his wife got together, though? They were both married to other people.
Oh, some adultery kind of thing? Oh.
You said that, I think so.
I know.
Wow.
But hey, there's not, I'm glad they found each other.
It happens.
She's an interesting story. Like, she grew up with nothing.
Isn't she a news anchor?
And she was on TV. She's also a helicopter pilot, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Helicopters are hard to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not
pretty
easy.
cool.
Yeah.
And she flew that space thing.
I did see that.
Pretty interesting woman. So
They're relatively close in age, too.
yeah, he's a little older, but not that much.
Right. Nothing with a head turn.
It's not Bill Belichick.
It's not giving Bill Belichick and his toddler.
I haven't heard anything about that's kind of died down.
I think she's probably in hiding. She got some heat for a while. I don't think she wants to be seen.
Pretty soon the college football season will be starting.
And maybe we'll
what
catch
I'm
her.
interested in to see if, like, with all that's going on, is like Belichick don't need the money. He's not coaching for the money.
Right.
But will they be a lot better, North Carolina? What's your prediction there? They weren't bad. It's not like they were horrible. They won one game last year, but do you think North Carolina they're getting this?
I think they'll be better. Why not?
But they had gone down the toilet a lot just in the last 2 years.
They have good players, or
Well,
there's definitely an abundance
with transfer
of things.
portal and stuff, he's bringing guys in.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'll be good. I don't know if they're gonna knock our socks off, but I
remember they
can't
used to
imagine them
score.
being worse.
They used to score a ton of points. I remember
Yeah,
some
they
of
had a
those
high-powered offense.
Some of those over-unders were through the roof. I
They
mean,
had a good
Price,
kicker at one
they were
point a
like
couple
in the
years
80s.
ago too.
Their over-unders were like in the 80s or high 70s.
See if Florida State's playing the first week
I'm going.
at home against the Tide.
I know. I'm going.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my take really quick. I know I'm biased. I went to Florida State. I get it, blah, blah, blah. I don't think Alabama is nearly as good as they were, and I
agree.
think Florida State's put a lot of money and time and effort into making sure that they don't have the shit show express like they did last season. So I don't think we're gonna get destroyed like people are out there saying.
I agree. That game,
because I think that's some bullshit. I think it'll be a thing, 2 touchdowns, and I think there's a chance we win.
Oh, they're yeah.
So, I said it. There, I said it.
They're gonna see where Alabama's
Screw the haters.
is
Go Noles.
way down national ranks.
I agree.
I think
you,
that-
Joe.
I think they're going to be
I'm
like.
surprised Alabama
they-
scheduled that game.
I
Me
mean,
too, because I think it's going to not do
I
them
mean,
any
they
favors.
might be like 8 or 9, 10 in the country now.
Talk to 'em,
I
Joe.
think
Because
they're
their
gonna-
schedule
just-
is so tough anyway. Why add it? That's a non-conference game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
Well,
don't,
you will see the Mullinator in the stands because she's going.
one of my clients it's a Florida State fan. He didn't go there, but he was talking about going. He mentioned to me about a couple games I'm thinking about going to, or that one, and LSU at
go.
Ole Miss.
My birthday's at 12 o'clock.
Oh, your birthday's that day?
I'll be back in Tallahassee. I didn't plan it that way. And
how long does it take you to get to Tallahassee?
4.5, but it could turn
4.5
into
hours.
6 with traffic if it really wants to. But it shouldn't because of this time
I
of
was
year.
going to say
But
5, yeah.
yeah, I've been in Tallahassee for the past 4 years for my birthday. Thought I was going to, do in Sarasota for
Oh, your
once.
birthday's the day of the game?
And it's that night at 12. So it's on Sunday and the game's on Saturday. So if we win, don't come find me at 12 o'clock in College Town because I'm going crazy.
Yes, a lot of people will be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll about do it for today. So
All
we'll
right.
see what happens next week. There'll probably be a verdict by our next episode.
I know.
Yeah.
Will did he be a free man or will he be going away?
I hope he goes away for
Then there'll be an
something.
appeal.
I feel like they got to get him for something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, 3 years and time served to be out in a year and a half, year and a
Right.
year and a
'Cause
month.
What, you do
wonder-
80% of your sentence?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they do 50% a day. When they go 3 years, when they go 5 years, they give them 3 years and a day. They call it, and so they do
Depends on
exactly
the
3
state. I
years
don't know
in one.
what it is.
Can they still give him bail? Is that a thing or no?
Well,
They probably won't.
case almost over now. That he tried to get bail. The judge said no.
Right, because what is money to him, I guess. Huh. All right. We'll have to see the verdict.
Yeah.
And we'll see where Jeff Bezos goes on his honeymoon.
Yeah.
I know. He may just stay there and rent the place out for another couple days. Who knows?
All right, guys.
All right.
Good deal.
And cut.